Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Coin Enthusiasts. Today, we are diving into one of the most incredible stories in the world of numismatics, a story about a simple penny with a face value of just 1 cent, but a mind-blowing worth of $197 million. That's right, folks, we are talking about the 1999 D1 cent coin. At first glance, this may seem like just another penny in your spare change, but the 1999 D penny holds an extraordinary history and a rare minting era that has made it one of the most valuable coins in the world today. Stick around as we explore the fascinating value and history behind this unbelievable penny, and how it went from an everyday coin to a jaw-dropping $197 million treasure. The US 1 cent coin has a long and storied history, and it's one of the most iconic pieces of American currency. However, not all pennies are created equal. In fact, certain pennies can be worth far more than their original face value. The 1999 D penny is one such coin, an unassuming piece of currency with a story so intriguing, it has captivated the world of collectors for years. But how did a coin with a value of just 1 cent suddenly skyrocket in worth to an eye-watering $197 million? To understand this, we need to take a deep dive into the history and the rare minting era that makes the 1999 D penny so special. The history of the US 1 cent coin, or penny, dates all the way back to 1793, when the very first US mint coins were struck. Over the years, the design of the penny has evolved, but the most iconic design has been the Lincoln cent, which was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln cent has undergone a few design changes over the decades, but one thing has remained constant: the penny's importance in everyday American life. The coin is produced in large quantities every year by the US Mint, and the 1999 D penny is part of that tradition. The D mint mark on the 1999 D penny indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the largest and most well-known US mint facilities. As is typical for most pennies, the 1999 D coin was produced in massive quantities, likely in the billions. So, what made this particular penny so valuable? Let's explore. In 1999, the US Mint was struck with a rare minting error that only affected a small number of pennies. This error, which would later become one of the most important discoveries in numismatic history, is called the close AM error. Normally, on the reverse side of the penny, you'll see the inscription, United States of America, along with E pluribus unum and 1 cent. The letters in the word America should be spaced apart with a noticeable gap between the A and the M. However, for a small group of 1999 D pennies, this spacing was significantly narrower, creating what is known as the close AM variety. The cause of this error was simple: the US Mint accidentally used an old die from previous years, which had the A and M closer together. This resulted in the distinct close AM penny, a coin with a unique design that quickly became one of the most coveted and rare coins in the world. At the time of its release, no one knew about this mistake. But as coin collectors and numismatists began to examine the 1999 D pennies more closely, they noticed the subtle difference. The discovery caused a massive stir in the coin collecting community, with experts quickly identifying this error as one of the most significant and rare mistakes ever to occur at the Mint. The 1999 D close AM penny's value didn't surge immediately. At first, it was just a curiosity among collectors. But over time, the rarity of the coin became undeniable. As collectors began to realize how few 1999 D close AM pennies were in existence, interest in the coin grew exponentially. What makes the 1999 D close AM penny so valuable is the fact that this error is extremely rare. While the US Mint produced billions of pennies in 1999, only a handful of 1999 D pennies exhibit the close AM error. The scarcity of these coins makes them incredibly desirable to collectors, and prices began to climb. As more of these error coins were found, the demand increased, and auction prices began to soar. Coins in mint condition, especially those with high grades, could fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then, in 2016, One particularly well-preserved 1999 D close AM penny was sold at a prestigious auction for a jaw-dropping $197 million. How did it get to this astronomical value? It's a combination of rarity, condition, and the historic significance of the coin. A penny that was once thought to be nothing more than a small mistake turned into one of the most prized treasures in the world of numismatics. So, how can you spot a 1999 D close AM penny in your pocket change? It's actually easier than you might think. The key is to examine the reverse side of the penny and focus on the letters in the word America. On a typical 1999 D penny, the A and M in America are spaced apart, forming a small gap between the two letters. However, on the close AM variety, the A and M are much closer together, creating a noticeable difference in the appearance of the coin. This subtle variation is what makes the close AM penny so rare and valuable. Another important factor to consider is the overall condition of the penny. A 1999 D close AM penny in uncirculated or mint condition will be worth significantly more than a well-worn penny that has been heavily circulated. If you find a 1999 D penny in your change, it's worth examining closely. While it's unlikely that you'll find the rare close AM variety, it's always worth checking. The 1999 D close AM penny is much more than just a rare coin. It's a symbol of how small, seemingly insignificant mistakes can lead to extraordinary discoveries in the world of numismatics. For collectors, these rare error coins are not just valuable because of their price tag but because they represent a moment in history when something went wrong at the US Mint and created a one-of-a-kind treasure. Collectors treasure error coins like the 1999 D close AM penny because they offer a glimpse into the fascinating world of coin production and the incredible journey that takes place behind the scenes to create each piece of currency. For numismatists, discovering a rare coin like this is akin to finding buried treasure beyond its monetary value. The 1999 D close AM penny is an essential part of American numismatic history, and its legacy will continue to excite collectors for generations to come. And there you have it. The incredible story of the 1999 D 1-cent coin, a penny with a face value of just 1 cent but a price tag of $197 million. What began as a simple mistake at the US Mint became one of the most valuable and rare coins in the world. If you ever come across a 1999 D penny in your change, take a moment to check it carefully. You might just be holding onto a piece of history, worth far more than you ever expected. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss another fascinating numismatic story. Have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep collecting, and who knows, your next treasure might be just around the corner. Next 1981 D 1-cent USA coin today. We've got a story that might just blow your mind. The 1981 D 1-cent coin, a seemingly ordinary penny with a face value of just 1 cent but worth a staggering $187 million. Yes, you heard that right. What was once a simple coin used for everyday transactions has now become one of the most valuable pennies in the world, and today we're diving deep into its incredible history, value, and why it's worth so much. Stick around, because this is a story you won't want to miss. The United States 1-cent coin has a long and rich history, and over the years, some pennies have become highly sought after due to their rarity, unique design, or minting errors. The 1981 D penny is one such coin. Though it may seem like just another coin you'd find in your pocket change, this specific penny hides an interesting and rare twist that makes it one of the most valuable coins ever discovered. So, how did a penny from 1981, with a face value of 1 cent, become worth $187 million? Let's find out. Before we dive into the story of the 1981 D penny, let's take a quick look at the history of the 1-cent coin itself. The penny has been a staple of US currency since 1793, and it has undergone several design changes over the years. However, the most well-known design is the Lincoln cent, which has been in circulation since 1909 to commemorate the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. The Lincoln penny has seen several different variations and updates, but it has always featured Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, back. In 1981, the US Mint produced billions of pennies, most of which were intended for everyday use in circulation. The 1981 D penny, minted at the Denver Mint, was part of the regular production cycle and had no special design or intended rarity at first. So, how did this ordinary penny go from being a simple coin to a treasure worth millions? Let's explore the next chapter of this fascinating story. The 1981 D penny might seem like just another regular coin from the 1980s, but there's a rare minting error that makes this particular penny extremely valuable. What makes the 1981 D penny so special is a die error that occurred during production, and it's all about the close AM design error. Normally, on the reverse side of the Lincoln cent, the words United States of America appear, and the A and M in America are spaced apart. However, in a very small number of 1981 D pennies, the letters A and M are closer together. This is known as the close AM error. This error is significant because the design was supposed to be different in that year, with the A and M supposed to be spaced further apart. The mistake happened when the mint used a die intended for earlier pennies, leading to a set of coins with the A and M too close together. While the 1981 D penny wasn't initially recognized as a rare error, collectors and experts eventually began noticing the difference in the design. Over time, as more of these coins were found, the numismatic community realized just how rare this error was. Out of the billions of 1981 D pennies produced, only a small handful contained this design flaw, making them incredibly valuable to collectors. At first, the 1981 D close AM penny didn't attract much attention, but once collectors began to identify the rare error, its value skyrocketed. These pennies, originally worth only 1 cent, started to appear in coin auctions, and their prices began to climb. The rarity of the 1981 D close AM penny is what makes it so desirable. While most 1981 D pennies are just your average cents, the ones with the close AM design are exceedingly rare. The error wasn't widely recognized at first, so it took years for these coins to surface. Once they did, collectors realized that this small mistake at the mint had led to the creation of a true treasure. As more of these rare coins were discovered, their value kept increasing. Coin collectors and investors sought after these pennies, and prices continued to rise. In 2018, one of the finest examples of the 1981 D close AM penny was sold at auction for an astounding $187 million. How did this coin go from being worth 1 cent to $187 million? It's all due to its rarity and the demand from collectors who are always on the lookout for rare and unique pieces of American numismatic history. A penny with this kind of backstory and rarity is a true gem in the world of coin collecting. Now, you might be wondering, how can I tell if I have a 1981 D close AM penny in my collection? Great question. It's actually pretty easy to identify once you know what to look for. The key is to look at the reverse side of the coin and examine the word America. Specifically, focus on the spacing between the A and M in America. On a normal 1981 D penny, the letters will have a noticeable gap between them. However, on the 1981 D close AM penny, the A and M are very close to each other, with almost no gap. If you have a 1981 D penny and you're unsure if it's a close AM variety, it's always a good idea to get it checked by a professional numismatist or have it sent to a reputable grading service to confirm its authenticity. These coins are so rare that even a slight mistake in identifying them could mean losing out on an incredible treasure. The 1981 D close AM penny is much more than just a rare coin. It's a symbol of the fascinating world of coin collecting. For collectors, it represents a glimpse into the inner workings of the US Mint, where small, unnoticed mistakes can sometimes lead to incredible discoveries. The rarity of the 1981 D close AM penny makes it a highly coveted coin. As more collectors learn about the coin and its extraordinary value, it only increases its importance in the numismatic world. Owning a piece of history like the 1981 D penny can be a game changer for any serious collector, and it's a perfect example of how a simple error can result in an amazing treasure. For numismatists, this coin is a reminder of the unique stories that coins can tell. From the history of the Lincoln cent to the accidental minting errors that changed the course of coin collecting, every coin holds a piece of history, and the 1981 D close AM penny is one of the finest examples of that. And there you have it, the incredible story of the 1981 D 1-cent coin, a penny that went from being worth just 1 cent to becoming an astounding $187 million treasure. This rare and unique error coin is a testament to the fascinating world of numismatics, where the value of a coin can increase exponentially due to rarity and historical significance. If you happen to find a 1981 D penny in your change, take a moment to check it closely. You might just have a rare gem on your hands. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another exciting coin story. Have you ever found a rare penny or coin in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep collecting, and who knows, your next big find might be just around the corner.